Hi guys. So it's been a little over a week since I done the original about Logan video. And I have gotten way more feedback and positive responses than I ever would have expected. And so I've had a lot of requests to keep doing them, which is amazing. I'm so excited that people are interested in Logan and interested in just what the day-to-day life of someone with autism looks like. Um, Tonight it's going on 7:30. Logan's already had his meds, so he is tired and ready to be done for the night. Um, so no cute videos of Logan tonight. Sorry, you get me. Oh, you also get Logan's little brother Braxton, who I'm sure you guys can hear off camera. He's watching
Plants vs. Zombies.
Plants vs. Zombie videos. I don't know what the appeal is for kids these days to watch other people play with toys and video games, but that's what he likes to do in the evenings, so that's fine. Alright, go play. So anyways, one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to get around to making another video is I kind of don't know where to start. What started this is a really long story that is probably gonna upset people, I think, and that is not my goal. There are controversial topics that I'll talk about. Vaccines is a huge one right now. I constantly read about people fighting about vaccines and what causes autism, what doesn't cause autism, and the truth of the matter is that we don't know. There are a lot of theories, but we don't know. So I guess for this video, I'll just talk to you about kind of what happened and how Logan was diagnosed, because it seems like when people that know us ask about Logan, the most common thing they want to know is how he was diagnosed and kind of what happened. And I suppose when you start any story, the best place to start is always the beginning. So that is my plan. So Logan has an older brother named Devin. Devin is 17, and Logan is actually going to be 16 in a month, almost to the day, I think. Yeah. He'll be 16 on April 8th. So, anyways, yeah, Logan has an older brother.
And guess what?
And
what? I will be 7.
Yep.
On January.
Yeah. And I'll get to why that matters. So Logan was my second pregnancy, obviously, and it was actually going smoother than the first. My first pregnancy was really difficult. I had preeclampsia, which for those of you who don't know is like dangerously high blood pressure. They actually delivered Devin at 32 weeks because the blood pressures were so high and just different stuff going on. It wasn't safe for either of us for me to continue to carry Devin. So we delivered 8 weeks early. So I was really nervous when I got pregnant with Logan. It was not intentional, to be honest. After what I went through with Devin, I was in no hurry to go through another pregnancy. But it happened, and it went very well. Um, and so Logan was born. Uh, thank you. Okay, I'm trying to make a video. You need to play your game.
No, it's not a game.
Okay, watch your show.
Yes.
So anyways, I'm losing my thought process here because he just licked me. Uh, anyways, yeah, typical pregnancy. Well, the way I felt, I was very uncomfortable towards the end. Logan was a big baby. He was 8 pounds, 6 ounces. And so I was convinced the doctor had my due date wrong and that I carried him longer than I should have had to. But yeah, anyways, born, no complications. He was fine. Early infancy, he developed normally. There was no reason for us to think that there was anything unusual going on. And then Logan got to be about 1.5 to 2 years old. And he wasn't learning new words, and since we already had one child, we kind of knew what to expect and what should be happening, but it wasn't. And not only was he not learning new things, but he had stopped doing a lot of things that he had been doing. He had known how to wave bye and say bye, and that stopped. He would say, I remember one of the things was he loved balls. And he would always say ball and want to play with the ball, and that had stopped. And so, at that particular point in time, actually, my parents had just gone through foster care courses, and apparently all their kids were adults, and they missed having kids, and so they thought they'd get into foster care. And so they had taken, child development classes and foster care classes, and whatever goes along with that. And it was actually my mom who had mentioned autism. And at that time, in the early 2000s, I had never heard of autism. Most people had never heard of autism. I didn't know what it was, and I thought she was crazy. But I knew that something wasn't right. And so we took him to his doctor, his pediatrician, and the pediatrician said, well, let's go ahead and get him into speech. And so there was a waiting period for that. We waited several months to get him into a speech therapist because nobody where we lived had anything, any openings, and Children's didn't have anything. And so finally we got him in to see a speech therapist in another town. So he was going twice a week for half an hour. And mind you, we were driving an hour to go see a speech therapist for a half an hour twice a week and paying our insurance co-pays for that. And so we were not exactly in the mood to be patient with results for that reason. But we were willing to at least give it a try and see if speech would help him. And I believe we did that for about 6 months. And there was no change, no improvement, nothing. And so during that time, his doctor had retired, and they had a new, younger doctor in the office. And so I talked to my husband, Logan's dad, and I said, this isn't helping, maybe there's something to what my mom said. I still don't know what this autism is, but, his doctor's suggestion didn't help. Let's go see this new doctor and see what she thinks. So I took Logan in to see her. And I wish I was joking when I say that we were in the exam room with her for less than 5 minutes. And she said, "I'm very sorry, but it is my opinion that Logan has autism, and I am going to refer you to the Children's Autism Clinic to get an official diagnosis. And here's this packet of paperwork. There is no cure. There's kind of some treatments that'll help, and that's really all I've got for you." So, you know, it was really hard. When we left her office and I sat in my car with Logan in his car seat crying for a good half an hour because I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what autism was, but she had just told me there's no cure and there's kind of some treatments that might help. That was not really what I was expecting to hear at all. And so from there, trying to remember, I got in touch with Children's, but at that time, one, there wasn't a lot of people that really specialized in autism, and two, or at least there was, but there wasn't enough people to meet the need of all these new kids being diagnosed. I mean, I'm not really sure. All I can tell you is that it took 8 months from the time that the doctor said, "This is what I think, and I'm going to refer you to Children's," to the time that Children's was actually able to get us an appointment to get in and be seen, took 8 months. So, during that time, we got in touch with Help Me Grow, which I don't know if that is a state program, a national program, or just something local that we have here where we live. But Help Me Grow was really great because they are the ones who kind of got me through it. Because at that time that there wasn't a ton of information, and I I'm a young mom. I mean, I had Devin when I was 18. I had Logan when I was a week. Yes, a week after my 20th birthday. So Logan was diagnosed with autism when I turned 21 or 22. I was really, really overwhelmed, and I really didn't know what to do. So this Help Me Grow program put me in contact with the school district to get Logan into an early intervention program. And so that helped a lot just to get me a break because the thing is that Logan had some behaviors that were really hard to deal with. One was, oh my goodness, I can laugh about it now, but Ugh, I hated my life while we were going through it, I tell ya. Um, he had a bunk bed in his room that he shared with his older brother, and he slept on the top bunk because he couldn't get out of it. Because he very, very early, at a very early age, he learned to escape his crib. And it wasn't safe, and we didn't know what to do. um, and so we had him in a bunk bed, and it was a nice bunk bed. We had paid a lot of money for it, and he would take his pajamas off and take his diaper off in the middle of the night. And when he would poop, he would smear poop everywhere. And so every morning I would wake up and know that I was going to walk into that room and Logan was going to be covered in poop and his bed was going to be covered in poop. And that was what I was going to deal with in the morning before I had to get ready for work. Um, God bless a really good friend of mine who had gone through a similar situation and told us to put his little sleeper on backwards. Now that helped a little. It made it a little bit harder, but this evil genius of mine learned how to get the freaking pajamas off still yet. And so I had to put his pajamas on backwards and then safety pin them so that he could not get them off. Um, and so that's just one story that I can remember. But getting a diagnosis helped in some extent because at least I knew that there was a reason for the way he was. You know, Logan was who he was, and the diagnosis didn't change that. But there was a time when I thought this kid's like mission in life was to drive me crazy. And so the diagnosis was a relief, but it was also there was a mourning process. Like if you really think about it, when you have kids, even when they're really, really little, you have this picture in your mind of who they are or who they're going to be as they grow up. And that had to change because who I thought he was going to be wasn't going to happen at that point. I had a 3-year-old who didn't talk. Um, he was, I think, 5 or 6 by the first time that he verbally said, I love you. And he was also pushing 6 by the time we finally got him potty trained. So yeah, that's kind of just the beginning of our journey through autism with Logan. Um, he he finally went to his assessment at Children's where they formally diagnosed him with autism. Um, by that time he was uh I want to say 4, and uh they diagnosed his mental age at like 12 to 18 months or 12 to 15. I don't remember. It was very young. Um, and yeah, he did private speech still for a little while, but most of his services came through school and their early interventions. He did ABA. Uh, I don't remember. He did OT for a little while. Um, and it's the only therapies he's ever really had. At one time, somebody recommended counseling, and I don't know, maybe I'm being a little close minded about it, but I don't know how you can really do counseling with somebody who doesn't talk to you. Um, but yeah, that's the beginning of our little journey through autism with Logan. So I think I would love to hear what kind of questions you guys have, what you would like to know. Um, I am super duper busy right now. One of the things that has happened due to Logan's autism is, and for anybody who kind of has kids young, and you know, I I don't know. I'm getting off track here, but I am a nursing student, was what I was getting at. And I'm on spring break, and this is my books here that I have out right now, because we had a test the last day before spring break, and we have an assignment due the day we go back. And they gave it to us early, saying, "Oh, well, do this so that you don't have to worry about it over spring break." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I will study for the test so I don't fail and deal with this other thing over spring break." Oh, I thought Logan was in bed, but there he is. Um, Logan, come here. You want to come say hi? Is my stuff in your way? Come here. Oh, gosh, be careful. There's Logan. You gonna say hi?
Hi.
Are you having a good night?
Yeah, good night.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend so far?
Yeah, I had a good weekend.
You had a good weekend? Logan, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah,
What did you do yesterday?
that's good.
Huh?
That's good.
What did we do last night?
That's good.
Oh, you slept good? Did you take a nap?
I take a nap.
Oh. Do you remember what we did last night?
Good.
Huh?
That's good.
Yeah, you slept good. No, where did we go?
High up.
Did we go bowling?
Bowling.
Did you go bowling?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah.
You did? What did you eat?
Applebee's.
You went to Applebee's. What did you eat at Applebee's?
Something in French fry.
Grilled cheese and French fries.
I can remember what I had.
You had grilled cheese and French fries too, silly. Okay.
Oh, kitty. Well, can we eat the
I know. They just want to pet the cat. That poor cat. Um. So, anyways, yeah, that's cool. You guys got to talk to Logan. Um. Yeah. I I totally forgot where I was at because Logan came down. But anyways, what I was saying was if
Mommy,
you
I can see him in
guys,
the background, like over there.
yeah, Logan's in the kitchen. If you guys have questions about Logan or autism, I don't claim to be an expert on autism. I guess I could say I'm an expert on Logan. I will tell you what I know based on my experience and the research that I have done. I will tell you stories. At some point, I will dig out Logan's baby book and maybe show you guys pictures, um, videos of when he was younger. We have them. They're just they're on little VHS videotapes, and so we never got them switched over to digital or whatever, and so I have no idea how to do that. Um, so there's another video for y'all. Hope you enjoyed it or it was informative and all that fun stuff. And I hope y'all have a great weekend.